It has been snowing all day. I think it stopped. It's really super fine. It's actually really hard to see even when it was snowing. It's not accumulated that much, but it is bitterly, bitterly cold. What do you think, Lucy? That's the high for today. That's not the wind chill. That's the high. And it's been colder than that. And tomorrow it will be colder than that. Yeah. No comments on the paint, guys. I'm going to be painting this wall soon, so no judgments. What's going on, guys? I'm back to do another book review, but before that I just kind of want to give a little update. I am not working on any projects at the moment because I am, well, not prop projects. I'm currently kind of like ripping apart my shop and reworking a few things, trying to reorganize. That way it's not like a huge mess all the time in all my videos. It was something I started last year and then stopped because I didn't have the time to mess with it. And so I'm picking it back up, reorganizing, and trying to clean up my mess, finally. All right, let's get into this book. All right, this is Star Wars Frames. Now the premise of this book is George Lucas went through each of the movies from the original trilogy and the prequels, and he picked out his favorite frames. It's not every single frame in the movie, it's specific ones. Now this is actually 2 volumes. This thing is huge. It is heavy. I don't know if you can tell how big that is on screen. It's in a giant like slipcover box. So it's 2 volumes, prequels and the original trilogy, and it's just pictures. There's not a lot of text, almost none, just pictures of frames. I will have a link to this in the description if you want to purchase it. I'll have a link for both Amazon and eBay. They will be affiliate links. You can make the judgment call on if you want this or not. As a prop reference, I don't find it very good. The reason why I picked this up was I got it really, really cheap. I found it at like TJ Maxx or something like that, and it was brand new in the plastic, and you know, it had some dings and, you know, dents where it had been roughly handled, but other than that, it's, you know, it was new. So, but I think that this book, I'm not sure, I have to look it up, but I think it's still like over $100 for this. I mean, if you're looking for value and weight, I mean, it's it's hard to beat this for the price because it is big. It's probably tied for another another book set that I'll cover later. But yeah, let's get into this thing. For this video, I'm only going to cover the original trilogy book. If there's demand for it, I will go over the prequel book. But I think if you see what's in the sequel book, you're going to pretty much understand what's in the prequel book. All right, here's the cover on the front. There's the back. And here's the spine. All right. Like I mentioned, it's pretty much just pictures. And they're not necessarily good pictures for, you know, reference for props. So I'm just gonna flip through first few pages, which is gonna cover pretty much all the text. You got the introduction, which is a few pages. And then it goes right into A New Hope, and it's just pictures. I mean, they're beautiful. They're from the film. They're just essentially screenshots of the movie that George likes the most. And that's pretty much it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time going through this because we've all seen the movie. There's not going to be anything you haven't seen. Now, one thing to note, this is of the special edition, so you are going to see stuff like this. You know, bad CGI even showing up in here. But it is what it is. So I'm just going to quickly bounce through. It is kind of nice to have some big, clear photos of some screens that are physical, you know, that's kind of nice. But overall, actually, yeah, like, that's kind of cool. You can see the detail here, you know. Just going to quickly kind of flip through a few. Got some right before the Death Star attack here, so near the end of the movie. I think that's Porkins. I could be wrong. Some X-Wing stick pictures, some nice Y-Wings. I guess that's a Y-Wing stick, or control. And then we got Empire Strikes Back. Just to quickly flip through some of these. I do love that it's kind of like putting the movie on pause and you can see all the things in the background, you know, that you wouldn't normally notice because, you know, the action's here, you know, so you don't notice these X-Wings, you know. You might notice that, but it's more, it's kind of the background, so you don't pay as much attention to it, but it's still really cool. There's some shots I wish that were in here that are not, and it's kind of frustrating. I'm like, why isn't that in here, you know? Got the Yoda lamp, a couple shots of it. Anyways, we're gonna jump around here. Pretty iconic shot right there. You got the hand getting cut off in motion here. That's a pretty amazing shot. I love that. Anyways, I'm going to bounce around. We're in Return of the Jedi now. Yeah, some CGI. Some bad CGI in Sarlacc there. It's pretty terrible. Good reference of it, if in case you need it, I guess. God, the Yoda puppet's so good. Man. Just some incredible shots in here. There's one thing I was going to look for. I meant to look at the other day. There's the V2. Lovely, lovely V2. I think it's... yeah, it'll be around here somewhere. Oh, well, I can spend more time later. Alright, so that's the original trilogy frames book. I'm not going to try and pick it up one-handed while I'm also holding a camera. It's heavy. It's a big book. It's thick and it's wide. Anyway, I'm going to say I don't recommend this book. It's not a good reference. There's not a lot of good reading material in there. It's just pictures. You can, if you own the movie, you can pause it. You know, it's kind of, you know, I don't entirely get the, you know, I guess it's cool in the fact that these are supposed to be George Lucas's favorite frames out of the movie. He handpicked every one of these, if I could talk. So that is kind of cool in itself. If you want, I'll go over the prequel book. I don't think I'm going to bother Anyways, link will be in the description, and yeah, hit me up and let me know if you have this. I think it's like $100. I paid about 40, brand new, still in the plastic. Like I said, I got it at like a TJ Maxx. I just happened upon it and I knew what it was. They actually had 2 copies and I almost bought both, but I just bought the one. I'm glad I bought the one because I don't think I could have sold the other one. It's just not, there's not much demand for it. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. I promise I will be back to making props as soon as I can get my shop back in order. Right now it's a total disaster. And later.